ぐわかる。
いいかだがこれで終わりだ。
Last time on Killing Bites, the show followed the story of a college student named Yuya Nomoto, who was recruited by a secret organization to participate in brutal battles between humans who can transform into powerful half-beast creatures. The battles, known as Killing Bites, are organized by the wealthy and powerful to gamble on their outcomes. Yuya was paired with a honey badger hybrid named Hitomi Uzaki, and together they navigated the dangerous and deadly world of Killing Bites, while uncovering the truth behind the organization behind the battles. Now, we cut to episode 4, where before the start of the high-stakes matches, Hitomi's team encountered Nakanishi Taiga, a formidable tiger hybrid fighting for the Yatsubishi. Meanwhile, Eruza, Taiga's sister, had her sights set on a dangerous mission to eliminate Hitomi. As the match began, Reichi Shido was announced as the director of the event, which took place on the remote Hote Island in the Philippine Sea. During the match, the hybrids were manipulated like mere pawns on the chessboard by their ruthless investors who gave them instructions to follow. At first, Yuya was dismissed by his opponents as a clueless player, but as the game progressed, they were forced to take him seriously. This was because Yuya made a surprising move, which was later revealed to have been directed by Hitomi through hand signals sent via the CCTV monitors. Hitomi faced her first opponent, Jerome Hongo, a bear hybrid representing the Mitsukado. To the shock of the investors, Hitomi overpowered Jerome in a single move, leaving everyone stunned. Meanwhile, on another part of the map, Ichinosuke joined forces with Shota Yabe, a gorilla hybrid from the Mitsukado, and Ryuji Shina, a crocodile hybrid from Sumitomo, to take down Taiga as a team. The battle for survival and supremacy was on, and the hybrids were determined to come out on top. Before we see this epic battle, take a moment to answer the question of the day. Who is the most powerful character in the show so far? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now, back to the episode. In the latest episode of the series, the truth about the Therianthrope identities of the supporting cast members is finally uncovered. The young man in glasses, who is revealed to be Brute Gorilla, has arms longer than his body, but unfortunately does not represent a convincing threat. However, Brute Crocodile is a completely different story. Despite being knocked out by Taiga initially, he manages to put him in a bad spot with his intense strength. Meanwhile, Eruza finds herself in trouble as she faces the Sumitomo lady, who turns out to be the experienced Brute Gecko. To make matters worse, Brute Cobra, also known as Mr. Rapist, is lurking around, causing more trouble for Eruza. In response to the situation, Yuya sends Hitomi to help out. Despite being strong, Hitomi finds herself struggling against Brute Gecko, who has more experience in fighting. This experience is a wake-up call for Hitomi and pushes her to her limits. It's about time she was challenged and had to put in more effort than just relying on her strength. Additionally, seeing her fight alongside Eruza is bound to be an exciting experience, leading us to suspect that some kind of alliance might be in the works. On other fronts, Yui is seen briefly but wisely decides to stay away from the action. Meanwhile, Yuya is scolded by Yoko and laughed at by the other players for his naivety, but he stands by his morals, which are expected to pay off in the end. Furthermore, the reminder from the dignified Japanese woman to trust his brute suggests that he may not be completely isolated on the field and that some of the players may not be hostile towards him. As the story unfolds, a flashback takes us back to the moment when Den and Kaede were hired by Sumitomo to fight in the match. Meanwhile, Yuya discovers that the rules of the match were changed by Shido to allow criminals like Den to volunteer as hybrids and participate. Suddenly, Taiga is rescued from Ryuji's grasp by Ichinosuke, giving Taiga the chance to escape and cancel the deadly explosion. Ryuji vows to take revenge on Ichinosuke. As the action continues, we see Yui working underground to dig a complicated tunnel. Hitomi attempts to outsmart Den by attacking his blind right side, but she is caught off guard when she realizes that Den can still track her using his snake tongue to sense her body heat. In a split second, Hitomi collapses, paralyzed by Den's venom. Meanwhile, Kaede transforms into a monstrous gecko and dominates Iruza. In a shocking moment, Den prepares to rape Hitomi. But at the last moment, Hitomi overcomes the paralysis and defends herself by cutting off Den's genitals with a single slash. Enraged by the turn of events, Den attacks, but Hitomi effortlessly cuts him in half, incapacitating him. Kaede is now left to fight both Eruza and Hitomi alone, just as Ichinosuke is about to lose to Ryuji. Their fight is interrupted by Kido, a hybrid sponsored by Yoko. The stage is set for even more intense battles and thrilling moments. Oh boy, what a brutal ending for a man who deserved it. Why did Yoko intervene? What will happen next? Find out next time on our upcoming Killing Bites recap, releasing tomorrow.